Hi students, today I'll discuss with properties of ethers. Properties of properties of ethers. Properties of ethers. Okay. Now it is a first of all, what is the functional group of ethers? That is a R, O, R. It is lone pairs where R is equal to R dash is equal to maybe alkyl or it is a aryl group. Alkyl or aryl group. It is very important. See all of you. So it is a ethers are derivatives of water. That is a water. That is a C here. Oxygen, hydrogen, lone pair and a lone pair. According to C here, alcohol. It is a ethers. This is the functional group of ether. It is a R and R dash. R and R dash may be alkyl or aryl group. Next one it is a it is a water. This one water in hydrogen is replaced by alkyl or aryls. So you will get ethers. This is very important. Ethers are having bent shape. Okay, so you have to remember it is a shape. This is also very important. Next one, what are the properties of ethers? Okay, this is very important concept. What are the properties of ethers? Ethers are polar in nature. It is very important. The first point, ethers are ethers are polar in nature. Okay, due to dipole moment is not equal to 0 because of it has a bent shape. That is dipole moment is not equal to 0. It is very important. But the first one it has ethers are polar in nature due to dipole moment is not equal to 0. Okay, next one. Second property, it is very important. Ethers are isomers with alcohols. It is very important, especially monohydric alcohols. Okay, ethers are isomers with alcohols. Which type of alcohols here? We have different types of alcohols: monohydric alcohols, dihydric alcohols, trihydric alcohols and the polyhydric alcohols. These are it is a monohydric alcohols. I'll give one example. See all of you. Suppose it is a CH3O. It is a CH3. Next one C2H5. It is a OH. This is ethyl alcohol. It is a this one. It is a dimethyl ether. You have to verify it here. It is a C2. It is a H6. It is O. Okay, you have to comparison two compounds. Here two carbons are there. Here two carbons. Hydrogens here 3 plus 3 6. 5 plus 1 6. 1 oxygen. So that's why that is a ethers are isomers with monohydric alcohols. Next property. It is very important. See here. Lowered ethers means diethyl ether. That is a CH3O CH3. It is a dimethyl ether, and C2H5 and O. It is a C2H5. These two are gaseous. Other ethers. It is a next point. It is a other ethers. Other ethers are. It is a liquid. Okay, with high volatile. It is a volatile. It is very important. High volatile means it is a low boiling point. It is very important. Once again, see here, lowered ethers. Lowered ethers means it is a dimethyl ether, and diethyl ethers are gaseous. higher ethers. That means propyl ether, dipropyl ether, and dipropyl ether and higher ether. Except these two, remaining all are liquids. They are high volatile in nature. Volatile means they have low boiling point. It is very very important. Next one, it is a very important. Next one, it is a next we have to discuss here. It is a next one. It is a all ethers. All ethers are so generally lowered ethers are soluble. It is a lower ethers are partially soluble in water. Higher ethers are insoluble in water, but all ethers are soluble in organic solvents. Like it is a benzene, carbon disulfide. So this one. Next one, and here we have to verify it here. So now it is a so ether comparison these two. For example, it is a dimethyl ether and this one. It has high boiling point than it is a ethyl ether due to the presence of hydrogen bonding. It is very very important. Alcohols are soluble in water. Alcohol and ether both are functional isomers. Both are having same molecular formula, but here it is ethyl alcohol is soluble in water. It is insoluble in water due to the presence of hydrogen bond present in this compound. It is very very important. Next one. And one more thing here, it is a you have to see there. And next property, ethers are less reactive than alcohols. Ethers are isomers with alcohols. Ethers are less reactive than alcohol due to the absence of active hydrogen. Very very important. Suppose you have to see, it is a C2H5, it is O and H. Next one, it is a CH3, CH3, O and CH3. We have to verify it here. This is ethyl alcohol, it is dimethyl ether. It is more reactive, it is less reactive. Why it is less reactive? Due to the absence of active hydrogen. Very very important. Next one, alcohols react with acids, bases, and phosphorus halides, oxidizing agents, reducing agents at high temperature, but not react with the sodium metal due to the absence of active hydrogen. This point is very very important. Once again I'll repeat. That is ethers are react with the acids, bases, and phosphorus halides. Phosphorus halides, oxidizing agent and reducing agent, but not it is a sodium metal due to the absence of active hydrogen. These are the properties. And ethers are undergoes 3 types of chemical reactions. 3 types. What are the types here? Now I have to mention, see all of you. First type. What is the first one? What is the first type of chemical properties? First one, it is a cleavage of CO bond. Cleavage of CO bond in ether. And second one, action of alkyl group. It is a alkyl group. Action of alkyl group. And the third one, is a action of ethereal oxygen. This is very 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 important. Cleavage is nothing but it is a bond breaking. Cleavage of CO bond in ethers. This is the first type. Second one, it is a action of alkyl groups or reaction of alkyl groups. Next one, it is a action of ethereal oxygen. We have it is a 3 types of chemical reactions. It is very important. Listen carefully. And next one. In first reaction, it is very very important. It is the first one. It is a reaction of. In first one, it is a reaction cleavage of CO bond. Cleavage of It is the first one react. Okay, first type, cleavage of cleavage of cleavage of CO bond. CO bond. It is very very important. First one, okay. It is the first type. In first one, action of HX. Action of, it is a HX. It is very very important. Where X is equal to halogen. That is a X is equal to chlorine, bromine, and iodine. That's all. See here. Suppose it is a R, O, it is R plus. Suppose general equation, it is a HX, gives rise to. Okay, this is very very important, HX. So here, suppose it is a hydrogen single bond, it is a hydrogen, okay, X. Suppose these two electrons are gained by X, it acquires the negative charge, it is a positive charge. So here it is this is electrophile, this is a nucleophile, very very important. It is electrophile, this is nucleophile. Okay, after bond breaking, okay, so cleavage, maybe R is equal to alkyl groups. Cleavage in between any one position, maybe here cleavage. So X is attacking here only, it is a H is attacking, okay, here only. What the product here? It is a RX plus and ROH. This is a alkyl halide. Alkyl halide, it is the alcohol. Again, it is a ROH. That is a ROH is react with the HX, gives rise to. What happened here? So in this case, okay. So in this case, it is a H. Here bond breaking here only. Then it is a X minus. Okay, X minus attacking here, these two are combined to form, it is a water and it is RX. This is very very important. Now I'll see here it is a R, okay, R, it is a O, it is R plus it is a HX in cold condition. It is very very important. In cold condition, what happened here? Any one bond is breaking, it is bond break, okay. X is attacking here only, this is a RX plus it is a ROH. In case it is equation 1, it is a equation 2, it is a RO, it is a R, lone pair. Okay, next it is a plus, it is a 2HX. Okay, on arrow mark, if you take it is a hot condition and excess of it is a HX. You have to verify in first reaction only 1 mole of HX. In second reaction you have you will take it is a 2 moles of HX. And hot end this one. What happened here? In this case, here bond breaking, 2 X's are there. It is a nucleophile. 2 nucleophile is there. One is added here, another one is added here. You will get 2. It is a RX plus H2O is formed. This is very very important. Once again see here. So this is the cleavage of CO bond. After cleavage, nucleophile attacking on these compounds. It is a nucleophilic reaction. This one. It is an example of nucleophilic reaction. Now you have to see here this one. Ether react with HX in presence at what condition? In cold condition to form this reaction. Okay, ether react with that hot condition. We are taking excess of HX to form this reaction. This is very very important. Okay, next one I'll explain. It is a different conditions. See here, case 1. I will explain. It is a different conditions. Okay, so if case 1, it is very very important. If different alkyl groups are present, what happened here? This is very very important. See there, suppose example, it is a CH3 single bond O lone pair and C2H5, okay, plus it is a HX gives rise to. Suppose you will take it is a I, H iodide. See all of you. This is very very important. You have to verify it here. It is R, it is R. These are, it is a mixed ether or unsymmetrical ether. If an ether contains two different alkyl groups where it is a bond cleavage in between carbon and oxygen, it is very very important. So the bond break in between or cleavage in between oxygen and the lower alkyl group, which one contains a less number of carbons. You have to see here, it is a CH3 and a C2H5. It contains one carbon, it contains two carbons. That's why cleavage in between this carbon and oxygen, here only cleavage. Next one, it is a H and I. It is a minus, it is a plus. This is electrophile, this is nucleophile. Nucleophile is attacking on this carbon only. So which alkyl groups contains lesser number of carbons? These 2 points are very very important. First of all, if an ether contains different types of alkyl groups where it is bond break. Okay, in case here also ethyl group, here also ethyl group, anyone may be bond cleavage or bond break. In case of two different alkyl groups are present, bond cleavage in between oxygen contains a lower alkyl group. So lower alkyl group. Next condition, nucleophile is attacking on lower alkyl group. This is lower alkyl group, this is the higher alkyl group. That's why I minus attacking here only. That is a CH3, it is I. Next one, H is attacking here only, plus it is a C2H5OH. So this is the condition number 1 or case 1. Okay, next one. In case of case 2, what happened here? It is a case 2. Okay, in case 2, see here, if anyone okay, tertiary alkyl group is present, tertiary alkyl group is present. What happened here? This is very very important. Listen carefully. If tertiary alkyl group is present, tertiary alkyl group, suppose see here, it is a CH3, it is a C, it is a CH3, it is CH3. Next one, oxygen, okay, and C2H5 plus it is a HI gives rise to. What happened here? You have to comparison first and second. In first one, what happened? If different types of alkyl groups, that too these two are primary alkyl groups. Okay, both are primary alkyl groups. We have to follow like that only. In case of if ether contains any one tertiary alkyl group, this is the tertiary alkyl group because of oxygen attaching carbon, it is attached to 3 carbons. This is the tertiary carbon. So in this case, cleavage in between here only, cleavage in between oxygen and carbon. But what you observed here, cleavage in between less number of alkyl groups, here cleavage in between more number of alkyl groups. It is very very important. Okay, then it is a minus and a plus. Okay, now it is a I minus, it is a nucleophile is attacking here only, electrophile is attacking here only. Electrophile is attacking here only. It is very very important. It is a CH3C, it is a CH3. Okay, CH3 is it is a I plus it is a C2H5, it is a OH. This is very very important. It is a case number 2. And one more thing here, in this case it is a SN2 mechanism. This one, it is a SN1 mechanism. Very very important. SN2 mechanism, I think you know SN2 means, what is the meaning here? Bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. It is a nucleophile. Here undergoes, it is a nucleophile. What is a nucleophile here? I minus is the nucleophile. It is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay. So bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. This one it is a it is a monomolecular. It is a single molecular monomolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. It is very important. That means in this reaction, rate of reaction it is depends on ether and HA. In this one, rate of reaction is depends on only ether only, not in presence of it is a HI. This is a very important. You people, it is a can understand this one, okay? So that is a this one. It is a case 2. Next one, in case 3. It is very important. If alkyl and phenyl groups are present. Alkyl and phenyl groups. Okay, so I'll drop this one at the top one. Okay, next one. I think it is a alkyl and phenyl groups. Alkyl case 3. Sorry, case 3. Case 3 only. It is a alkyl and phenyl group is present. Phenyl group is present. Okay, it is very important. Alkyl and phenyl comparatively. So see here, alkyl and phenyl. That means it is a this one. It is phenyl group. Okay, oxygen and CH3 lone pair and lone pair. This is a anisole or okay, so it is a methoxybenzene. It is a methoxybenzene or methyl. It is a name, another name, methyl phenyl ether. You have to see here. It is a methyl, it is a phenyl, it is a ether group. That's why methyl phenyl ether, anisole, or this is called as a methoxybenzene. It is very important. In this case, if an ether contains alkyl and phenyl, cleavage in between here only, that is a oxygen and alkyl carbon, but not oxygen and phenyl carbon, due to more stable this bond only. This bond is more stable due to the resonance. Sometimes this bond is connect as a double bond character. That's why bond breaking here only. And plus it is a HI. It is a plus HI gives rise to it is a I minus. Nucleophile attacking here only, hydrogen attacking here only to form this one. It is a phenol, and the phenol plus it is a CH3I. This is a case 3. It is very important. Okay, once again listen here. In case of if you take alkyl phenyl ethers, where it is bond break, the bond cleavage or bond breaking in between oxygen and the alkyl group, but not it is the oxygen and the phenyl carbon, because of this is more stable due to the resonance. Sometimes this bond can act as a double bond character. That's why this is the reaction. Next one, last one, it is a case 4. It is a case 4. It is a diphenyl ether. So in this case, you have to see there. Okay, this is a phenyl group. Next one, oxygen. Okay, this phenyl group, lone pair and lone pair. It is a diphenyl ether. Is react with the HI, gives rise to there is no reaction. There is no bond cleavage in between. It is a oxygen and a phenyl carbon, because of this bond is more stable. Okay, this bond is more stable. At the same time, sometime it can act as a double bond character. That's why there is no reaction. It is very important. Okay, I think it is a now it is I'll finish. It is one property. That's one. And one more thing is very important. I told it is a HX R O. It is R plus it is a HX gives rise to it is a ROH plus it is a RX. What is HX? X is equal to, I told clearly, X is equal to chlorine, bromine and iodine. Order of reactivity. Order of reactivity. Order of reactivity, that is a HI is greater than, it is a HBr is greater than, it is a HCl. It is very important. Order of reactivity, that is a HI. You see here HI is greater than, HBr is greater than, it is a HCl. This is the cleavage of CO bond reaction. This is a very important.